So good morning, everybody. Thank you all for joining us this morning. We are live at the Sikh Gurdwara with Dr. Orr and Amjit. Right now he is doing I'm going to go ahead and spotlight him for us. Right now he's doing a tour. He just did a roundabout look. Good morning. How are you guys?
Good morning.
Good morning, Christina.
Good morning. And we're going to let Dr. Orr lead us on a tour.
Sure. Good morning, everyone. And today we are visiting actually the Sikh temple in Columbia area, South Carolina. And Amarjit is going to take us some of the parts of the community center and the prayer place and explain what is being done actually and how the community is using this place. And in the prayer place, for example, what is the meaning behind some certain places and meaning behind the prayers as well. And please feel free to ask any question that you might have so that I will ask your questions to Amarjit for you. All right, Amarjit, maybe you can start explaining the place for us.
Sure. We are standing in the old building. This was built in 1980s with prominent members who came to United States and settled in South Carolina. And when the community members increased in the number, then we shifted into a new building, which where we will go later. At that time, right now, prayer is going on, morning prayer is going on. Some congregation members are sitting there. Hymns are being read from the Holy Book. Once they are done, they will come into this building, which is known as Langar Hall. In English, we can call it community kitchen. And everyone who is there, then they will have snacks here for the morning. Whoever coming from Florence, from Charleston, from other areas, they start their journey early in the morning. So they will have their snacks here, tea here. And then after that, the hymns will be read again by the priest of the temple, and all the congregation members will go into the main building. So then we will do another live session there. Then I will explain how it starts in the morning and how it goes up to the night after the evening prayer. I will explain each section of the main temple inside. So far, this is a community kitchen where ladies come in the morning. They cook the morning snacks and leave it there in the trays for the members, congregation members. And then later on, once the afternoon prayer is done, then lunch will be served right here on the floor. An important thing about serving, each one traditionally sit on a floor. The message behind that sitting on floor equally that there is no big man, rich man will sit on a chair, or the poor man will sit, like the society was divided into different sections. So it was a symbolic meaning behind it that each one will sit on the same level. That was the message behind it. So we will also do the live session afterwards when we are done the afternoon prayers in the main building. Any person, any question coming to your mind, you are most welcome to ask me, and I will be more than happy to answer.
Sure. Maybe we can get to know you maybe first, and then.
Oh, sure.
You can introduce yourself.
Sure, definitely. My name is Amarjit Singh, and I'm one of the board members. Right now, secretary of the temple is sitting right here. He is having his snacks in the morning. Since I moved to state of South Carolina, I am attached to this committee as well as the temple. Myself teaching at Benedict College. My wife also teach there. We both are professors there. I have two daughters. One is 20 years old. One is 16 years old. So the elder one is a senior at USC, and the younger one is high school at 11th grade. She's joining this semester. So I'm enjoying my life here in South Carolina. At the same time, each Sunday, most of the time I'm here to join the congregation members. At the same time, if we need to do anything related to building, related to programs, coming future plannings, then I share all my information with my committee members. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Secretary.
Hey,
Yeah, would you introduce yourself for us?
my name is Navpreet Singh. And, I mean, secretary like a seva, we call a seva, which is like serve here. And we come in here every Sunday and doing whatever they ask for. The whole Sangha mean like whole community coming here to pray, and that's all we do.
That's great.
Yeah.
So you serve here like every Sunday for the community, and what is your motivation for doing that?
Actually, it's the Gurdwara, which is not like some kind of paid, like I'm a secretary here.
Yeah.
I don't got any pay anything else.
Sure.
It's kind of like name Seva, which is he has to come in here. That community like a point like Amarji, he point like he outside, he take care of everything, whatever they contact, like you guys contact, he take care of everything. We have a president, we have like a committee, like 5 members and here. So basically we just balance like money wise.
Sure,
Yeah.
sure.
Money wise, I mean, we just like checking everything is go, like if they have some problem here in the bathroom and somewhere else, we has to be take care of that thing. And most like that thing, I mean, it's not like a hard we can do, but we try like everything, whatever they needed.
I see. It's important actually that you do something actually that you don't get paid for,
No, not
and
at all.
then
None of
you do it
none of
you do
them.
it actually
For the
for
community,
serving your community and your people,
Yes.
right?
At the
And
same time,
that's a great motivation, and that's a great reason actually to do
absolutely.
it
At the
for.
same time, when we are 7 seas away from our homeland, so this is the central point for every community member to come together to share their social interaction. At the same time, devotion. Devotion to the Holy Book, connection to the Holy Book, connection to the teachings of the book. So that is the basic purpose when we come together all on one floor.
And
It's
you call it like Sava, right?
Seva,
Seva.
S-E-W-A. Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Service. Yes, yeah.
Service,
Yes,
means service. Okay,
Yes, yeah. Yes.
super.
Seva mean is anybody can come in and seva. I mean, it's not like certain people do that. Like when we have a lunch and we have a food here.
Yeah.
And everybody, whoever, like you want to serve that food too, right? You can serve. I mean, it's not like somebody point. No, you don't do that. It's Gurdwara. I mean, temple mean everybody do whatever they want to do.
I see.
It's a call seva.
I see. I see. And also, I like the idea of actually being equal when you're eating on the ground.
Right.
So
Yes.
because even though there are tables over here where people can use actually
That's right.
to eat that, but
It's one of prominent members, Mr.
Hello.
Also with same
I
name,
believe.
Amarjit.
oh really? Another
Yes.
Amarjit. All right.
Yes, yeah. It's from
Yeah.
the country.
So I have one question.
We're doing
Sure.
Um,
Sure. Go ahead.
People, if we could ask Amajit, like people come from all over the state of South Carolina to come here? And
Basically from metro area, yes, yeah. The next temple, which is located in Greenville from our area, that's the next place where
Okay.
community.
We
After that, there is one in Augusta and then one in Atlanta. These are the main temple for the communities, Augusta, Columbia, and then Greenville. Yes.
Okay.
In
And
South.
about how many of the Sikh faith are there that come to your Gurdwara?
If there is a special occasion, then between 400 to 500 members. On a regular basis, between 50 to 100 members. Since the COVID started, so slowly, people start coming once they are vaccinated, then the counting is increasing each week. Yes.
Mhm.
And then you guys pray all day, or?
No, morning prayer is continue right now. Let's start from 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock. And then after that, the snack break. And then afternoon prayer starts, the main prayer with singing the hymns from the Holy Book. And then ending prayer, which ends 12:51 o'clock. So 2 sessions every Sunday. Usually the temple is open 7 o'clock to 7 to 7 p.m. One priest is permanent here 24 hours a day.
And then
If somebody want to come during the weekdays, then they are most welcome to go in the temple, pray, bow their head to the Holy Book. So that's how it goes.
And then my other question is, what is the holy book that your faith uses?
The name of the book is Guru Granth, Granth Sahib Ji, Guru Granth Sahib. In English, you could say the Holy Book or the Great Holy Book. Yes, yeah. Granth means the book of knowledge, the book with hymns, the book with all spiritual knowledge.
Very good. Thank you.
Super.
You're so welcome.
Thank you. And as you see here, we are actually not wearing shoes, so you're supposed to take off
Right.
your shoes
And cover
and cover your head. I'm covering my head as well. I'm not going to show you right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say we don't see your feet, Dr. or your head. You know,
soon.
it's going to.
Sure. And sure. All right. We are taking a picture now.
Yes, I see. Everybody smile.
All right. Okay. So, all right. Another picture.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. So.
And just wait for them to
Okay.
be done.
And then they will be done.
Yeah, probably 15, 20 minutes.
Okay. All right.
Yes. Or we can go out and then take
Okay. That's a
take
great
picture.
idea.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a
Can I ask a question?
Sure, Shayla.
There is a temple newly opened in Charleston, and a Gurdwara, and I wonder whether he mentioned all of them except Charleston. So I was curious why.
He said it. I know I heard him say Augusta.
Augusta, Greenview, and Atlanta, he said, but there is one open about a couple of months ago in Charleston.
Okay.
And all the Charleston people usually used to go to Columbia if they need to.
Right. Here, I'll ask in a second.
All right.
If you have a chance,
So-
ask.
This is.
We call it Nishan. Nishan means symbol. In English, Nisan Sahib. So this is a symbol. Whichever country, wherever there is a Gurdwara, outside of the temple, you will see this symbol standing. On that symbol, there is a picture you can see printed on that small flag. That picture also give you symbolic importance of spirituality and power go side by side. There are 2 swords and then one khanda in the middle. So those 2 swords are also symbolically representing in the Sikh religious spirituality and power. They go side by side. They go together, complementary to each other. So in Sikhism, spirituality is at the top and then the power. That means if you want to keep yourself strong, if you want to keep your thoughts alive, then you should have your power also. So power and spirituality go side by side in Sikh philosophy. Yes, yeah.
And the symbol on the flag, so is there a certain meaning behind the symbol?
Yeah, that's what I mentioned. Those two swords are representative of spirituality and then the regime or power.
All right, so in this symbol, you may not have seen actually the symbol because it's too far from here.
You can see.
So there are, oh, okay. Oh, there's one here. All right. So this is the symbol, and there are two swords, one on the left and on the right, and the one is symbolizing the spirituality, and the other one is the power.
That's right.
All right. That's so interesting. Great. And this is the old building, right?
Yes,
that the community started with first.
Yeah.
And
we used
prayers...
to do the prayers right here.
All right.
The Holy Book was established here.
Okay.
And then later on, it moved to the new big building.
All right. So since the community grew, then you built a new building here.
Yeah. Yes. Sir.
Okay.
That's a wonderful building, I will say.
You can take
it is. And there's a beautiful dome that you can see from here.
Yes, on the top of that one, yes.
And so there are hymns inside, right? Praying right now.
Yes, yeah. Yes.
Can you explain hymns, for example, who they are and what they do?
Right, yes, yeah. Basically, the entire philosophy, whatever is written by the gurus and saints of that period of time, between, I should say, 16th century to 18th century, all the collected teachings from different sects, from different Hindu religion, Muslim religion, whoever was teaching the message of equality, the message of justice, the message of love and one God. That is the key content of the whole teachings of the gurus. In the entire book, which has 1,430 pages, and from different parts, different prayers are sung as well as read in each temple, as well as each Sikh at their homes. The morning prayer, which is written by the first Guru, we call it Japji. That is early morning. And then right now, the prayer which is going on, the name of that prayer is Sukhmani, Sukhmani. Sukhmani means the blessing, blessed joys, prayer of blessings. And then later on, from random pages, the priest of the temple is going to sing with harmonium, different shabads, different hymns written by different gurus. And then at the end of the prayer, everyone together pray to God that the whole world should be happy, blessed, and equally justified, equally living without any discrimination, without any hate, without any kind of differences in the society. So that's the basic philosophy of all the teachings written in the movements. Starts with one God. The first letter of the Holy Book is one, number one, numerical number one. And then the teachings written by different gurus, different saints of that period of time, which was collected by the fifth Guru, Guru Arjan Dev Ji of that period of time. And then he compiled into one book in the 1604 in 17th century. Since then, that book is Guru Granth Sahib is a teacher for the entire Sikh community all over the world. We can go inside.
Okay, sure, sure. Right. So they are reciting from the
Yes,
holy
yeah.
book, right?
Yes, yeah, that's
Okay.
right. Yes, yeah. So prayer
so-
costs money. Yes, yeah.
Mhm.
Yes.
So
Yes.
some of the questions we had was people were wondering if it was normal for them to sit on the floor separated, or is that because of social distancing?
We are following social distancing at this time. Yes, yeah, yeah. Still following. Yes, yeah.
Okay, and then also when I was in the Gurdwara in Spartanburg or Greenville area, it was women sat on one side and men sat on the other side.
That's right. Generally, yes, yeah, that's right. But there is no restriction. They could also sit by their husband, sister, brother, or whatever. But in general, yes, yeah. Right hand side women and left hand side men. Yes. Traditionally, yes, yeah, that's right.
Explain a little bit for us the I was going to say the origination of like the Sikh faith. I know it comes out of the Indian continent, the Asia
That's right.
continent,
That's right.
and
It was started by the first guru in Sikhism, Guru Nanak. He was born in 1469 in a town called Nankana. Right now, that town is in Pakistan because in 1947, Punjab, which is my state, was divided. Half of the Punjab go to Pakistan and half of the Punjab left in India. So he was born there in 1469. Basically, when he gets younger, then he feel it that the society is divided and so much discrimination going on based on the caste, based on the creed, based on so many sects, so many gods, and so many worships, or so many other actions done by the people who run the religion at that period of time. They were misguiding the people. So to give equality, to give a one God feeling, he started his philosophy. It's a tradition in Hinduism that people use a kind of sacred thread to their body. So Guru Nanak was also asked to wear that thread around his body because the society was divided into four sections. The Shudras, which were known as kind of the poorest class, and then Kshatri, and then Vaishya, and then Brahman class. So Brahman class was ruling the entire society, controlling the entire society. The lower society was not even able to read or write. They were not allowed to go to school. So all these kind of discriminations in the society, Guru Nanak feel that it's against the law of nature. It's against the will of God. So he started writing the philosophy, at the same time preaching the philosophy of one God, and then equality and justice for all people in the society. And then this tradition of gurus continue until 1708, when the 10th guru of a Sikh faith died in 1708. After he died, after he left this world, he said to all the followers, all the people who believe in Sikhism at that period, that from today, there will be no any living body or living man or woman, but the teachings compiled in the holy book will be the guru for the rest of the life of this universe, I should say. So since then, since 1708, throughout the world, for each Sikh, holy book is a guru, is a teacher, and that's how we start our life, by opening random page of the holy book in each temple around the world, wherever there is a Sikh temple. And that random page, that teaching written on that page is known as order of the day. So we try to follow, or we should follow those teachings written in the holy book for the entire day. Each day there is a different hymn read in each temple, and that is known as order of the day. And then the rest of the prayers started throughout the Gurdwaras in all over the country. So this is how the basic process starts at each temple. The holy book is opened, and then from a random page, the teachings are read. And then in India, if you go to the Sikh temple, then that teaching is written in English, in other languages on the main door. But over here, because most of the people know English and Punjabi both, so they don't need it. Basically, if you go to India, any Sikh temple, then that order of the day is written by the Gurdwara committee at the main door, that the people who are coming late during the day, they could read it, they could have their psychological feed or spiritual feed from that order. And then the singing of the hymns continue in the main temples.
So hymns is the name of the prayer.
Teachings, yes.
Teachings,
Yes,
okay.
that's right. Yes.
There's one question from the audience. How does Sikhism view Judaism, or Christianity? I would say other religions like Islam or other religions as well.
If you look at the teachings, then the entire humanity is one race. That's what it's called. But at the same time, there is a complete stanzas about the other religions, about the other faiths of that period of time, which were known to the gurus at that time. That all the religions should be respected and should be practiced as their prophets said it. But at the same time, the law of nature is same all over the world. We should consider that law of nature, which is known as a hukam, order in the teachings, that is equal, that love is the love everywhere. Laughter is a laughter everywhere in the world. Hate is a hate everywhere in the world. Lust is a lust everywhere in the world. So all these teachings are based on these principles, which are basic nature of a human nature, basic thought process of a human mind, and we must control them and use them in a balance. That balance must be created with love, not hate, with controlled emotions, not lust. So there is a kind of teachings about balance, at the same time respect for the other religions. There is a hymn written in the Holy Book which says that some people call that God Allah, which is according to Islam. Some people call that God Rama. Some people call God that Krishna. But at the end of the day, all these names unite us to one God. And that is the basic message behind all the religions. So that is the key content, that we are equally created by one God. Whichever the faith we want to believe, we can, but at the same time, we should never leave the path of humanity, because that's the basic message of each religion.
Mhm. So the practicing the religion, Sikhism, like, is it only on Sundays coming to the temple, or what would it look like, the daily practices or daily prayers, for example, other than reading from the holy book?
Basically, there is a guideline traditionally coming on from the Sikh gurus, that reading is the most important. Morning prayer and then the evening prayer. Certain teachings are read at the homes, okay? And some people like myself, I have the Holy Book at home. So I do the same kind of traditional practices, I should say, reading the order of the day from the random page at my home, and then share with the kids and families. At the same time, what we call on special occasions, community come from around the different parts of South Carolina, and then we celebrate the birth anniversaries of the gurus, or the establishment of the holy book at the Sikh temple in 1604. There is a big celebration day related to that, when first time it was written and established at the Sikh temple in Amritsar, which is a big city in Punjab. So there are some other traditions which are celebrated right here at the temple by community members coming from different corners of South Carolina, which are also again teaching, reading, singing, at the same time share the community kitchen and do the seva. As far as like cleaning the temple, we announce a date and different members from the community come together and do that seva for cleaning of the temple. That kind of things we do together in the community.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Very good question. I had a question on, can you explain, I was curious, can somebody become Sikh?
Yes, yeah, definitely. It's not like a very tough process, or you just come and the priest of the temple pray in front of the holy book, and then you just promise that I believe in the teachings written in the gurus, and I will follow the path told by the Sikh gurus. I will adopt that in my character, and that's it. Anybody could be Sikh, any corner, any home, anywhere in the world, believing in the holy book, believing in the teachings of the Sikh gurus. That's all.
Is there a particular requirement to become a Sikh?
Yes, yeah. There is a like two type of community you will see. Like, I modernize myself, but still I'm a Sikh. But at the same time, you will see people with turban. People do not cut their hair. So they are mostly baptized Sikhs.
Mhm.
That baptism started in Sikhism in 1699. How that started, the 10th Guru, Guru Gobind Singh, feel it that only uh, uh, reading hymns or only spirituality is not enough for the society. We must be able to defend all those Mughal armies, all those people who are crushing our rights, who are crushing the human rights on the earth. At the same time, forcefully conversion of Hindus and Sikhs into Islam was also very common and everyday daily life activity during the Mughal emperors in India. It started in 11th century, it continued until 18th century. So Guru Gobind Singh established an army which was known as a Sikh army, and he started this tradition that whoever want to join me, he not only be strong enough, he should be able to learn how to use your sword. At the same time, you should be able to protect your human rights, because each person have a right to live freely, and whichever the faith we want to believe in, he should be able to believe in. So he definitely started that tradition that whoever joining my army, he will not be allowed to cut his hair. At the same time, he will wear this steel kara into his right hand. Anywhere in the world, if you will see a person wearing this steel bracelet, that means he's a Sikh and his last name is a Singh. Every single Sikh has only one last name. After that, he could use the family name Singh. Singh means lion in Indian language. So he basically created an army of lions. He gave a kind of psychological boost to the people that from now on, whoever is following the Sikh tradition, Sikh spirituality, he should be able to fight against the people who are oppressing the human rights. So every Sikh who is baptized, he wear a small sword with a thread on the left. At the same time, wear a steel bracelet, and then never cut hair or any parts of the body here. We do not cut, and wear a turban at all times, except sleeping time. So that's how the tradition started in 1699, and whoever, even until now, get baptized, there is a special provision at the same time procedure. When you get baptized in a temple, you have to register your name at certain festivals, certain occasions when they baptized in the temple, and then they follow the rules and regulations which are described by the Sikh traditions. This is how it goes. But there is no restriction that whoever cut the hair or who believe in some other religion cannot enter, cannot read the holy book. There is no any kind of restriction.
Sure.
Yes.
There's another question from Bob. I've noticed at interfaith gatherings that Sikhs and Hindus are very friendly with each other.
Absolutely.
What is the major difference between the two religions?
Hindu religion believes in so many different gods. There are like 3,300,000 gods, different gods, god of wind, god of sun, god of rivers, god Shiva, god there, Brahma, god there, Vishnu, god there. But in Sikhism, Guru Nanak said, even all these gods are being created by one God. So rather than going different directions, we should follow the general path, the equality at the same time, one God. So that was the basic difference between Sikh and Hindu philosophy. Second basic difference is because when Guru Nanak started this faith, the Brahman class was a corrupt class, at the same time got corrupted, and then leading the Hindu lower class people for their own benefit to different worships, different kind of, to do this you will have your heaven, do this you will go to the hell. That kind of things are kind of scary things they were given to the society. They were scaring the people to, for their own benefit, to fill their pockets with money and other stuff from the other classes. They were the only class who know the religious books, how to read it, how to explain it. So they read and explain for their own personal benefit. And then Guru Nanak said that all these people who are misguiding you for different gods, for different directions, just leave them alone and let's follow one God's power, one law of nature, which is happening all over the universe the same way. That's the basic difference. And then worship is very important in Hindu philosophy. Worshipping their idols, worshipping the godly statues in the temples. But in Sikh faith, we do not believe in worshipping idols, worshipping godly statues in the temples. That's the basic difference.
I see.
But ultimate, if you look at the deeper philosophy, they are so close to each other.
Also, the teachings of the two religions are very similar then.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Yes, yeah. Yes.
And I would just ask, is there anything different for women in the Sikh faith? Oftentimes when we see a different faith, where women are very curious of their role, or if there's anything.
No, there is an equal space, place in the society, in the temple, in the management. They are equally run side by side by the men. Yes, but sitting part is they sit separately. But if you look at managing, communicating, or participating in other activities, rituals, that is the same, equal. That was also a voice raised by Guru Nanak. There is a written hymns in the Holy Book about the equality of the women, because women were mistreated by, again, the Brahmin class at that period of time. And women was exploited by different sects of society. So Guru Nanak said that if women has given birth to the great philosophers, to the great kings of the history, how come we can ignore them in the society? At the same time, he said that without women, we cannot even think the continuation of the generations in each species of the world. So that's the importance given in religious philosophy, equal status of women in religion as well as in the society.
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Also, what is the how the teachings of the religion is reflected on the family and the way that you raise your family?
The family values, again, that each person should live with the family, live with the family values. And that is another difference between so many sects or so many community sects in the Hindu religion, that they believe in leaving the home and go in the jungle. And then pray or yoga or different kind of things they used to do to reach to the God. But in Sikh philosophy, they said each person can merge or meet God or godly values living in this earth, living in this human face, living with the family. We should not find God in outer mountains or in outer activities or other things. We have to search our mind, inner thoughts, and that is very important. At the same time, to have a beautiful life, you must get married, you must have kids. At the same time, you should have a family living within the family together and following the teachings of the Guru is very important in Sikh faith.
Very, very interesting. I'm curious if anybody else on the call here has a question that they'd like to ask. Let me just see if anybody has a question here. You can either type it in there, or if you want to unmute yourself and ask. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Just so you know, we have about 15 people that are watching and listening and enjoying your conversation.
Wonderful, wonderful.
All right. The prayer is going to start soon, I believe.
Yes,
Is
yeah.
that right?
As long as
Yes.
they done with the morning, come for
Are
the
they
snack.
doing any yoga?
You mentioned
Uh,
yoga, so I think she's
I
asking if
practice
there's any yoga.
I do practice yoga almost every day. Yes, yeah. Yes, yeah.
Oh, wow.
It helps your mind
Yes.
to concentrate at the same time, just like we have muscles of each part of our body, the same way our mind goes. So we should teach him, we should guide him, we should, with the practice, that this is the way to follow, this is the way to control, this is the way to concentrate, this is the way to follow the teachings and character. It helps, yes, definitely it helps. At the
Okay.
same time, meditation is very important in Sikhism. Yes, yes. Must spare some minutes for yourself, 5 minutes, 6 minutes, depending on your capacity, depending on your job. Meditate on God. Yes, definitely very important in Sikhism.
I have 2 more questions, and then I know that you wanted to get that you need to go do your prayers. So Shayla was wondering if you knew that there was a Gurdwara in Charleston. She thought maybe if you hadn't mentioned that one earlier when you listed all the Gurdwaras, that there was one in Charleston. I don't know if you knew that or not.
Yes, yeah. There is one in Charleston. I think this recently, probably
Yes.
month, 2 months, 3 months back. I'm not sure when, but there is one. Yes, yeah. I came to know probably 2 weeks back. Yes, yeah. Some community members, yes, they started Gurdwara in Charleston. I never visit there yet, but I don't even know where it's situated. But yes, there is. Yes.
Yes. Okay. And then Gail, one of the other ladies on the call, was wondering if there was any particular forms of dress or clothing related to the faith that are prescribed for women, like that would be traditional, like.
No, there is no any kind of restriction. They could wear pants, they could wear jeans, they could wear, but usually when they come to the temple, they wear a salwar kurta, which is a traditional dress back home. But based on requirement, there is no any requirement. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you. So.
You're welcome.
Shall I say something?
If you have one question, go ahead, Shayla.
It is not a question, it is a comment that you can wear anything. Only thing you have to cover your head.
Yes, yes.
That's the
right.
only thing. But the face
That's
is,
right.
you don't have to cover your face, just the cover your
Yeah.
head. Besides, those Indian clothes that everybody is wearing are very comfortable to sit on the floor than your
Right.
jeans. So that is
Yes.
my impression, because I always wear all those clothes. And
Right. Yes.
jeans are not comfortable to sit cross-legged on the floor for the prayers and for food.
That is
Another
very
thing,
true.
especially for ladies, they're attached to their traditional dresses, you know. So it's a kind of chance for them to connect with their traditional dress, at the same time wear that for comfort. I agree with you. Yes. So it's a human nature that when we are away from our homeland, then there is a kind of attraction, there is a kind of a connection with our traditional dresses. Yes, yeah. Some people wear on that Sunday when they come to the temple. Yes.
And other comment I wanted to tell, most of the Gurudwaras in the United States, if you go to the big ones, they have food all the time. So if you're around there, you can go from 12 or something. After the first prayer, they open till the evening. So the food
Right.
is available to everybody all the time. And you
Yeah.
don't have to attend the prayer to have the food. They are usually separate halls. I'm just telling you, in general, you can go and visit them. Food is very important, and they're very, very, very good on that, giving food to other people, feeding others. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yes, and so
Everything
Amjit,
vegetarian?
go ahead,
Sorry.
ma'am. Go ahead.
Everything vegetarian? Are they serving meat?
Yes, yeah. Vegetarian. Yes.
Yes, it's all vegetarian.
Yes, all
Yes.
vegetarian.
Amjit, when we're finished, after you do your prayers, your job is to have Dr. Orr try some of the yogurt drink that you guys have, and he has to eat a little bit of the food that is there, because
Yeah.
in Turkey they have this drink called ayran. I don't know if
Okay.
you've ever had it. And when I was in Turkey, I had to drink a lot of ayran,
Okay.
and it's an acquired taste.
Yes.
So when I was at the Gurdwara in Greenville, they had a strawberry flavored yogurt drink that you have, I think, and they had one that was, I think, like vanilla, vanilla flavor. Make sure he has some.
Yes.
I
If you
will
look
I will
at
try.
the
Yeah.
free serving food in the main temple, which is in the Punjab, we call it Golden Temple in English, Harimandir Sahib in Punjabi. Almost 80 to 90,000 people visit each day. And out of those 90,000 people, average between 50 to 60,000 people eat their lunch or breakfast at the temple. And it's served free and
Yes, very
prepared
cool.
by the volunteers. And all the material which they use, that is donated by the people at the temple every single day. And that tradition is continued since, I should say, 15th century at that temple.
Yes,
And
very,
continue.
very cool.
Yes.
You know, in Greenville, we host every year when we didn't have COVID, we hosted downtown a Ramadan dinner. And I was in
Right.
conversation with some from the Sikh temple over there that I would love to have hosted a langar meal on the floor and downtown Greenville, or even downtown Columbia, like hosting an interfaith, you know, different interfaith dinners would just be very cool to bring to the community. It's one of the
Right.
things that I hope we can do in the future.
I was watching a video from Dubai. Dubai has a big Sikh temple, and all the Muslim Brotherhood, they did their prayer, and then Sikh people served their food after the fast. Yes.
Yes, very, very, very cool. Just so you know, a couple of people said, thank you very much. This has been extremely interesting and enlightening. Very interesting and informative presentation that seems to be very unifying and accepting religion that accepts other faiths as well. Thank you very much. Thank you to everyone who organized and participated in this wonderful event.
Thank you.
We even had somebody said before that they wish especially more people, especially young people, had the opportunity to know and
Right.
understand your belief systems.
Yes.
Because too often we judge and discriminate against people who dress differently or call their religion by a name that is
Absolutely.
different.
We need that. Yes.
So
Absolutely.
we thank you very much for your time. And
My
Dr. Orr, we thank you very much for being our eyes and
Sure.
ears and at the over there today, so that we are able to watch and learn.
Thank
Sure.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
so
you very
much.
much. And thank you, Amarjit, again,
My pleasure.
for hosting us and hosting other people virtually as well. And
It's my pleasure.
we did learn a lot today. So
Definitely. Definitely.
I think this is quite very important to get to know each other and get to know how other religions are practiced and what is the meaning behind the practices, day-to-day practices, or weekly, daily, annually. So I think it is very important to educate ourselves about each other so that we can live in a peaceful
Bring a
society all
harmony in
together.
the
That's
society.
right. That's
Absolutely.
right.
Absolutely.
And thank you very much again for everyone to participate
It's my
in
pleasure.
this
And,
Yes.
in
all
this-
the members. have
in
a
this
wonderful
virtual
day.
visit. Yeah.
Sunday.
Yes, thank you all. We appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You guys have a good afternoon.
You too. Thank you.